Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hello, traveler, and welcome to Choose Your Own Misadventure. Starring Katie Willert, Tom Reimann, Christian Ramirez, Katie Goldin, David Bell, and Jane Adams. Today's game is Legacy of Dragonhold. Let us begin.
Let us begin.
All right.
So we're on.
Are we beginning the next chapter?
Right? Yeah.
Let's do it. Do it.
Yeah, do it!
Yeah.
Recording? Alright. The next morning is bright and cool with a taste of autumn in the air. The voices of merchants and market goers drift into your room from the already busy market street. You head downstairs to find Miriam already dressed and nervously sitting at the breakfast table, jittering and frittering and pushing sausage around on her plate. I didn't think she was in this one.
That's why she's just putting it,
That's why she's
pushing it
pushing
around.
it around, yeah.
Look
I don't know what
who's
to do with
here,
this.
says Sapphire, placing a pitcher of apple milk on the table. Don't fret, dear.
Apple milk?
It's my words. Don't fret, dear. I'm certain Braxton will be down soon. Who's fretting, says Miriam. I'm not nervous or... Wait. Hang on. Back up. Scroll back. Look who's here, says Sapphire, placing a picture of apple milk on the table. Don't fret, dear. I'm certain Braxton will be down soon. Who is fretting, says Miriam. I'm not nervous or anything. It's the first day open for business in the market day at that, explains Sapphire. Although I don't know why you're opening so soon. You can't be ready for customers yet. We already had delay because of the harvest, explains Miriam. I should have to be open on the market day a week ago. I can't miss today's market as well. The gnome stands and paces back and forth on the bench as you sit down to a breakfast of sausage, fried apple, and golden cakes with honey. Where is Braxton? I should go up and get her. You're not married yet, chided Sapphire. Give the young lady her space. I suspect you will be disappointed. I hope not. Wait.
Hold on.
Hold on. I gotta take it.
I need to get back in character. Okay, good.
Seriously injured my vocal cords. I hope not, says Braxton from the stairs. Her usual leathers and mails are gone, replaced with the tall, freshly shined boots and a brilliantly white shirt under an embroidered vest. Her hair has been carefully piled up behind her head, held in place with a shining silver pin. She pauses, smiling as she sees the look on Miriam's face. Miriam has a visible boner. That
Visibly erect.
That is not a guard uniform, manages Miriam at length.
My God.
I thought I'd make an appearance at the shop this morning and help out, says Braxton.
Yes, no.
Hell yeah.
Settling down at the table and carefully covering up with a napkin. It's your first... Braxton, too, has a lady boner. It is your first day. I wanted to do something special. She accepts a plate of food from Sapphire, then glances at Miriam shyly. Do you like it?
Ooh.
Miriam goes, I like you very much.
I gotta go change my pants, be right back.
How do you pee in my pants? If at least one of you is a gnome, Tommy Lee Gnome. So we get to re-entry 8304.
No.
That's weirdly specific.
Are we gonna be like in the wedding party at their wedding?
Probably.
I feel like we're
I'm gonna know. How many children do we have to kill
To not be a part of their
to
wedding.
get uninvited from their wedding?
You inquire if anyone has plans for the festival tomorrow with a knowing wink to Miriam. Sapphire laughs and places a hand on Braxton's shoulder. I think your engagement has been long enough, don't you?
Oh my God!
We're going to be invited to the wedding right now.
Yay, wedding. weddings.
If I understand correctly...
Bean Week! Get married on Bean Week!
Fucking Bean Week!
If I...
It's so gauche, like getting engaged during Christmas or whatever.
Right.
Getting married during Bean Week is like, oh, it's so predictable.
The whole village is rolling their eyes.
Oh, you're goddammit, you're so basic.
Oh, you had a Valentine's Day wedding? We had a Bean Week wedding.
On the 7 holy days of Bean Week.
I feel like we're gonna get roped into making mason jars into candle
God.
holders and like garlands and shit.
Miriam's gonna be like, it's gonna be Star Trek themed wedding. If I understand correctly, we either hold the wedding tomorrow or in half a year and halfway across the country, says Braxton.
What?
What? She's
got some fucked up parents who are like, we're not gonna travel. We'll pay for the wedding, you have to come here.
She squints, peering down at Miriam, who smiles as innocently as she can manage on that little stupid face of her.
Tiny shit face.
Although I'm not at all certain that I have understood correctly, I'm not sure I believe half of Miriam's stories about your gnomish festivals. They're your gnomish festivals too now, dear. Now that we're having sex on town, getting married, father and brother will be there, so it's time to get hitched. Outsiders are always so surprised. She muses as she cuts herself a serving of sausage and crams it in her little cornhole.
As she cuts herself. She's just like, she's slitting her own wrist.
Either we get married tomorrow.
She can't stand.
I'm gonna bleed out on this countertop.
She can't stand the sound of her own voice. This is the only escape from my unholy cadence.
Oh god.
It's like they've never had a few dozen caravans and a few hundred gnomes bouncing around all at once. Holding a traditional festival with dancing and games and all sorts of fun things, and then vanish with the morning mist and it's done.
What?
I mean, what I love about the voice is nothing Miriam says needs to be heard ever. I feel so it's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
True, yeah.
It is like the adults in Peanuts cartoons. Miriam's just like, wah, 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 wah.
You move them every year, exclaims Braxton. Most people never have seen one before. Sapphire shakes her head. It's one of the great mysteries, she agrees. Read 2:8:16. And I'm not going to do any more of those voices.
Can we take a rewind, though, and what was the thing?
Oh, sorry.
Gnome festivals.
Gnome
right?
festivals, they all
Gnome
do
fest.
it. They do it, and then they leave the next dawn.
Okay.
Bouncing around, hundreds of gnomes.
So there are going to be hundreds of Miriams in town for a day.
And we're gonna be hot
to
glue
meet
gunning
their fucking
doilies onto placemats.
Making centerpieces.
There's just glitter everywhere.
A lot of paper lanterns.
Oh,
A lot of folding.
no.
Puffy paint.
Oh, that's fun.
The doors open with a jingle of bells, and a number of wool-clad humans come stamping through, kicking the grime of the road from their boots. Excuse me, says Sapphire as she moves off to the new customers. I will need to report the guard post later in the day, Braxton says to Miriam. Tweagle wanted to talk to me about something important. I'll make do without you, I suppose, says Miriam. I'm not doing the voice, with a smile. Somehow. Here are our horrible choices. Ask Miriam about the grand opening of her shop. No. Ask Braxton about her position with the village guards. Maybe. Ask about Miriam and Braxton's wedding. No.
Because then that's how we're gonna get roped into shit we don't want
Quietly
to do.
finish your breakfast. Either ask Braxton about the village guards or quietly finish your breakfast.
Quietly finish your breakfast and
Quietly
sneak out.
finish our breakfast.
16:56.
I like how we spend a fair amount of our time avoiding interaction.
Sweet escape from Miriam. Okay, you finish your breakfast and stack your plates for Sapphire to collect later. As you gather your things to prepare for your day, you see Miriam and Braxton come down the stairs with heavy, bulging bags.
Bulging bags.
There's more Miriam lines. Thanks for letting us stay here, Aunt Sappy, says Miriam, leaning in to kiss her aunt on the cheek. But I'm ready to move into my
tired of stifling my voice when I fuck.
Yeah.
You're both welcome anytime, says Sapphire, resting a gentle hand on Braxton's forearm. Take good care of my niece now, she says with a wink. Braxton smiles and nods. Always. This encounter is complete. Then what do we choose? What?
Yeah, I guess we just pick another place in the village to go, right?
I mean, I know. I think I've exhausted my token, but like, we can't do shrooms. It's not.
Isn't it market day?
Yeah, we can go to the market.
So we want to head to that
Fucking
place
shit.
and have to talk to that person who has a fake accent that's very
Yeah,
offensive.
that we are not going to do.
I see what you're doing, and I am not participating.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, definitely we should do shrooms, though.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we can do that the next time. It's my choice.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna eat some mushrooms next time it gets
I mean,
around.
And
Katie.
trip.
can't
That
we
would be
just
fun
do
to be
this?
high as fuck at the wedding.
Because I've exhausted my token, right? I
but
have to choose.
yeah, but can I choose for you to do shrooms?
Can we do that?
Yes, we'll pretend like Dave made that first choice.
Okay,
And now
yeah.
you're just gonna eat mushrooms.
Oh boy. 7549. You want to read it?
It's your mushroom.
Yeah, it's your mushroom. Do you feel like reading? Like, did you want to wait?
Well, let's just see how big this read is, because I heard
Okay.
my voice a lot. But 7549.
Do
Doing
anything
a
for
voice that nobody enjoys.
I enjoyed it.
I think we all appreciate it.
Appreciate. That's a good word for it.
appreciate it like getting a shot in the
Or
Yeah,
UTI.
you know it had to be done.
yeah. The mushrooms taste like bitter, chalky earth, and you wonder as you force the last bite down your throat why you thought this was a good idea. Except you don't, because of course you're Garfield, and you never second guess your decisions to shovel something down your gluttonous throat. You're just rinsing the taste from your mouth with water when the poison takes hold. Oh boy!
Yay! I'm like bummed we didn't put it in a milkshake or a peanut butter sandwich to make it a little easier to take down.
I'm a little disappointed that we didn't all do shrooms during Bean Week.
I know! That would have made
Would've been
picking beans so much
killer
more
during
fun.
Bean Week.
Would have made trying to rescue that already dead boy a lot more fun.
That's true.
It comes over you like a rushing wind, knocking you to your knees and knifing through your gut like a wound. But the pain only lasts an instant, and then you orgasm. And the wind continues to roar, tearing you from the ground and from your body, scattering you like autumn leaves all across a Eventide forest. Garfield's just on the ground, mouth foaming, eyes completely dilated like Garfield. Meow, meow.
Garfield's got you rolling.
You feel yourself gathered up by an infinitely patient force and placed gently back inside yourself.
Aw.
After a while, the wind dies down and you find yourself pants full of poop and pee on your back in the middle of the village green. A few passing villagers scream in terror and run away, but you appear to be unharmed. In fact, you feel somehow larger than yourself. Garfield
How is that
has gotten increasingly swole.
Garfield's now like Clifford the friendly dog, but a cat.
And not so
lose
friendly.
the mushroom.
Mushrooms lost.
Mark a total of 3 progress divided as you choose among academic study, combat training, physical training, social practice, and or spiritual meditation.
So 3 to any one of those.
Yeah,
Or
what do you guys
mix, right?
want?
No,
Well, I feel like
3 points, and then
Spiritual.
definitely spiritual.
Academics, right? You're opening your mind to new thoughts and ideas. What was the third one?
There's combat training, physical training, social practice, and or spiritual magic.
We
And then
don't need
social.
physical.
But social.
What about social practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could use some.
People using drugs to be able to talk to each
So
other.
1 in social, 1 in spiritual, and then 1 in academic.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nice
Great.
smattering of life lessons from doing shrooms.
Time passes, this encounter is complete.
Oh boy.
So it's the top.
Up to me. Alright, so we want to go to the stupid market. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad we ate those mushrooms.
Pickle green beans.
Yeah, that was great.
Guys, I feel like we're closer now.
To each other,
We
like
had
on
an
a
experience.
spiritual,
Oh,
like
yeah.
energetic sense.
we all got crazy
You're
high.
all one. No, I was just sitting. Bitch Queen doesn't relinquish control in that way, so she was just sitting for everyone. Like, kind of annoyed that she's the only one not high.
They're all just
We
like
need to
rolling
use this at
around
some
on the
point.
grass.
You think
To listen to spirits.
Well, there's no option to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it'll come up in the... Okay, so 5,500 will take us to Market Street. So I'm gonna do
I
that.
got keys. Anybody needs keys? I got keys.
I got keys to a
Got
box with a
jangly
dead kid in it.
Fucking keys.
I feel like I should give this healing potion back to Kevin Costner. He's gonna need it.
Okay. Yeah, I probably will. You've never seen the Market Street so crowded, thronged with people and animals and carts inching along. Merchants shout themselves hoarse, hawking their wares, while customers inspect their goods. Travelers wander the street, gawking at the throngs of people, and 2 guards in Fairfax livery walk a slow and purposeful patrol.
Heads up, they used throng twice in 2 sentences.
They did.
I just want to point that out.
Yes.
Someone
like
does not
this
have
writer-
a thesaurus.
I feel like legitimately this writer was like an erotica writer before, and then they're just like, all right, I guess I gotta make this G-rated.
Old habits die.
Yeah.
Hard.
Die rock hard.
Old
Diamond
habits.
hard.
Old habits die penis.
You recognize several of the crops for sale as being from the recent harvest of beans!
Pickle beans!
Yeah,
Pickle green beans!
Bushels of round beans! And sheaves of golden grain and baskets piled high with red apples. One end of the row seems to be dominated by carts piled high with black and white wool, and thronged.
So
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
3 times in one story. Cool.
Thronged with customers haggling so loudly it seems a fight might break out at any moment. A round-faced human woman with a smile and a gaily embroidered dress displays blankets, coats, dresses, and other clothes, all worked in similar bright colors. A short human man with a thick mustache and a striped turban has placed his... God damn it.
This guy! Damn
Raise
it!
the stereotype
Yeah.
again.
Has placed his cart at one end of the row. The sign hanging from his wagon reads, Al Emir's Elixirs. He's holding aloft one bottle of colored liquids after another and proclaiming their efficacy in a strong, strangely accented voice that I will not attempt to
Thank
reproduce.
Well,
you!
we know he's doing the voice.
Yeah.
Right, we know he's...
I want to
He's
show
the
up.
racist.
I want to show up and be like, "Hey, remember us?" and watch his accent drop out.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, oh, fuck, yeah, sure, yeah.
Step right up, calls a red-haired human man with white at his temples. He gestures with a curved cane, as if to snag a passing sheep at his stall. Come see what my brother and I have in store for you. You have my personal guarantee you've never seen anything like it. His brother, also red-haired but somewhat younger, takes up his patter with the ease of long practice. That's right, brother of mine. Our wares are one of a kind, never to be equaled. You cannot afford to pass this chance by, folks. Although their market stall is very well decorated and laid out, you cannot seem to make out what precisely this dynamic duo is selling.
It's a slap chop.
It's the ShamWow. Not far from the wool merchants, a brown-furred catfolk woman in a red tunic argues with a pinch-faced human woman. The human stall is laden with dried and salted fish. The catfolk's tufted ears are pointed back and her tail swishing with angry vigor.
Ooh.
We can browse Alamir's elixirs, browse the wares of the excitable duo, approach the catfolk in red, attempt to steal some coins, or leave the market.
Can we hang with the Ginger Brothers?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in what they're trying to sell.
They're not.
Yeah.
They seem shifty. I like it.
326.
So this is another case where we're wandering around just like looking for shit to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, if we wanted to start something, we could go steal some coins eventually.
That's true.
You step up more closely to the brothers' market stall, trying to figure out what they're selling. The answer appears to be a little bit of everything. I picked up this little trinket in Frostgate, says the elder brother. A charm blessed by a northern witch woman, guaranteed to make the young ladies flock to you. It worked for me, folks. Works on young men, too, says the younger brother. And it can be yours for 30 gold coins. A hand shoots up in the crowd, and in moments the transaction is completed. Ah, nuts. I wanted to buy that.
Coster's like walking around leading with the amulet. Like, come on.
Flock to me.
I like that they're just like, it's like a shitty garage sale is their
Yeah,
wares.
basically.
It's like, I found this shit here.
Yeah.
This was in my
Maybe it helps, I don't
garage.
know. A tall man with broken veins clustered around his nose pushes by you, clutching a small wooden charm to his chest. Now this is a curious specimen, brother of mine, says the elder brother, holding aloft a softly glowing mushroom. As you know, it grows only on the reflection of the full moon, and its curative powers in the hands of a talented alchemist are second to none. Why, that sounds valuable, folks. What are we charging, brother? 100 coins? The elder brother shakes his head. 80? Another shake of the head. What, you mean to tell me we're giving this amazing fungus away for a paltry 45 gold? No wonder our mother called us crazy. But that's not even the most exciting treasure we have available today, is it, brother? You've never been more right, brother. Now they're Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know they're siblings, but I keep picturing Hulk.
You've never been more right, brother.
Please now, that is the voice of...
The younger brother unveils with a flourish a twisted horn from some tremendous beast, its top sealed with a metal cap. He flips open the cap and a strange red-black liquid within the horn begins to steam and roil. The crowd oohs and steps somewhat back. Now I'm not rightly certain who had to die for us to gain possession of this priceless relic. The elder brother claps.
Everybody's gonna lose their voice.
The elder brother claps a hand to his breast and turns his gaze to the heavens. Alas, great Uncle Violin, but this, folks, is the blood of a dragon. Another chorus of gasps.
Dragon.
And not just any dragon, but High Lord Margath himself. The crowd recoils as if afraid of being burned.
You sound like a Muppet.
The younger brother chuckles. Never fear. He's quite dead. But his blood... is priceless. Okay, we can purchase the unusual fungus. Negotiate a price for the dragon blood.
Ginger ale in the nose, isn't that good?
Yeah.
Or ignore the merchants and leave.
Let's buy the mushrooms.
Something, right?
Definitely buy the mushrooms.
What's the dragon blood?
I kind of want the dragon blood.
Well,
We have 270 gold coins.
Can we buy them both?
Maybe.
Can we?
We need to get fucked up
I
on the
feel like
mushrooms.
gotta choose.
Garfield's like, now that the door has opened for like that sort of experimentation, it's like, oh, I gotta be on hallucinogens all the time.
Alright. I want to go for the dragon blood.
Okay.
Oh.
Can we get high on it?
Maybe.
Okay.
We don't know.
I don't know what it's going to do.
Alright. No, 49.
Or we sip it and it's sort of like drinking bleach.
Yeah, we're like,
Oh,
oops,
yeah.
wrong choice.
Or it's just, well, that's what blood tastes like.
I don't know what I was imagining. This was gonna what kind of
It's
experience
just blood.
Alright. You offer 50 gold coins for the dragon blood. The younger brother looks affronted. 50 coins? After our great Uncle Violin gave his life?
My brother is right.
Says the elder brother.
Who can put a price on familial love, brother? And the weight of obligation. We won't take less than 200 gold.
Fuck.
The man waggles his eyebrows and the crowd chuckles. This is as much performance as it is a mercantile transaction. If you have performance, no. Or streetwise, haha.
Hey.
You do.
2511.
Gonna get that blood.
You get into the act, firing back with a few invented details of your own and trying to get the crowd on your
Doing
side.
some improv.
Yeah.
We're doing a wrestling program.
Yes, and
The brothers keep up their own patter, but you catch the younger brother hiding laughter at your antics behind his hat on 2 separate occasions. And ultimately, you're able to talk them down to a more reasonable price.
Are we the healer or the babyface in this situation?
I think
We're the
babyface.
We're the babyface.
Yeah, just wanted to double check.
Enough.
Groans the great older brother.
My grandfather Violin.
Great uncle, corrects younger brother.
Great uncle. Great Uncle Violin would want you to have this for a mere 80 gold.
Fuck yeah.
All right, this is another decision.
Which were we?
Yeah.
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 Okay. You may purchase 1 dragon blood item Q for 80 gold. So we're gonna buy it, right?
Pretty sure. What are the choices?
So then it's Mark 1 progress and social practice, Mark story point P2. So that's that. And then we have 2 other choices.
Oh, then we have a choice
Oh, cool.
after that. Yeah, let's just buy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
buy it.
We can also
190.
purchase the fungus.
Fuck yeah, we can.
So yeah, like it says, you can buy the dragon's blood. Do you want to buy the dragon's blood? And then you mark 1 progress in social practice.
And
then you mark story point P2. And I'm guessing we also want to buy the fungus.
Q? Yeah.
So that requires you to spend 45 gold, and story point S5 is not marked. Wait, what? Why would you tell me that then?
Dragon blood.
That looks pretty gnarly.
Is S5 not marked?
S5 is not marked.
So don't mark it. And now we gotta read entry 9937.
Only purchase it if that's not marked. S5.
I guess.
So that means either like.
No, it just says requires that you spend 45 gold. Oh, and that S5 is not marked.
Yeah.
Okay, S5 is not marked.
So what is S5?
I don't know.
Either
we were gifted it, or somebody was like, "Yeah, don't buy that mushroom. It'll fucking kill you."
Okay, 9937.
We could still do it even if someone.
Wait, do I keep going or do I pass it?
No, it's yours to read.
Okay, 9937. Where did my fingerprints go? I can't. 9937. Ah yes, says the older brother. Indeed, says the younger. Oh, sorry. Oh yes, says the older brother. Indeed, said the younger. An excellent choice, they say in unison. You try to negotiate a better price, but somehow they talk circles around you. Yeah, and you nearly find yourself overpaying. You take the offered price and count yourself lucky. You gain one strange mushroom, which is item 6, S. Item S.
Word.
Mark 1 progress in social practice. Doing all that improv. Mark story point for S5.
Oh, it's the same mushroom.
It's the same mushroom.
Yes.
And then it says, negotiate a price for the dragon's blood, but P2 is marked, right?
Yes.
We already bought it? Okay. So, take your lead. Read entry 1320.
So it's the exact same mushroom that'll get us just fucked up.
We're just
In
gonna
the
keep
exact same
We're
way.
just gonna keep buying it back again.
Finding different
We
ways
should
to
give it to
They
Garfield.
become our dealer.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, you got that? Okay, 1320. There you go. 13.
Thank you.
It didn't tell us to mark any story points off, did it?
No, it just said
Okay.
don't. If Pete or whatever the one with the dragon was.
P5 or something? S5? I don't know.
We're fine.
As you turn to go, something catches your eye. A single stone resting on a counter at the back of the brothers' stall.
Ow!
It glimmers in the light, and when you look at it, it's almost like you cannot hear or see anything else in the world. Oh, it's the one rock to rule them all.
The one pet rock.
The elder brother sees you looking at the stone, and his face swiftly becomes grave. It's not for sale, he says before you can ask. I can't.
It's good.
I tried. But perhaps you'd like to try one of our other fine wares, suggests the younger brother, launching off into another bit of mercantile song and dance. You can scarcely hear him. Oh, jeez. This rock is serious business.
Yeah, man.
You are certain that you have never seen a stone like this before, but you must have it.
Let's kill him.
Are we
Is it
gonna
like
steal it? I think we're
Is
gonna
it like
steal
the
it, right?
stone of wanting where it just makes you want the stone?
It is clear the brothers will not sell. Plot to steal the stone, or leave heartbroken without the stone.
Steal the fucking
Let's
rock!
steal the rock!
Yeah, you're Martha.
Go home sad.
Read entry 7636.
Buy popcorn from the market to make yourself feel better that you don't have the stone.
76.
I'm excited, guys.
About stealing the stone?
Yeah.
It's gonna be sweet.
We should also eat the stone.
And the dragon's blood.
And the
And the
mushroom.
And the mushroom.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Ray, it's so
That'll be
fucked up.
fine.
You leave the market stall and creep around to approach it from behind. Garfield's
This is Garfield.
It's like he just his legs don't even move. He just slowly moves over like he's
He's
on
like
a hoverboard.
Morticia.
Yeah,
Just
it's
glides.
Wah. Soon you manage to insert yourself into a gap between the stall and the one
Of course
behind
you
it.
do.
Peering at the brothers and their wares through a gap in the curtains that form their walls.
Gap in the curtain.
You wait, biding your time until the brothers are both distracted by another customer, a brown-skinned dwarf man with a snow-white beard. You reach through the gap in the curtains and snatch the stone from where it lies, then scamper away. You
Go
silly
Garfield.
kitty. Your heart thrumming in your chest like a trapped bird. The stone is even more beautiful up close, a glimmering, shining treasure. You have never seen anything you value more. The thought of being without it is like a weight crushing against your spirit.
Jesus.
You will never allow yourself to be parted from the stone. You gain the lodestone, item E. I think that's James, right? Because she made the decision.
Yeah. To steal it. I'll take the rock.
You mark story point F2.
F2.
Time passes. This encounter is complete.
This strange stone is fascinating to behold. Despite its unnatural weight, I can't tell if that's an H or a B. But you cannot bear to give it up. Your agility skill is disabled as long as you carry the stone. You cannot give this stone to another hero. I don't have agility, so I guess I'm just extra
Nice.
unagile.
No consequences.
I love that you're just so busy staring at the stone that you trip over shit. Like,
All right, back to
Walking
Dave.
a
I think
wall.
we all reset.
Coop.
So.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
I
eat
didn't
it.
actually make a decision.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay, so it's your turn still. So we're all flipped over still. Never mind.
So are we gonna?
I don't know, we just pick somewhere else to wander to, I guess. We could go to the manor house and talk to
Timothy.
Timothy or
Timothy.
Solis or...
Sure, yeah, Fairfax
Lady,
Manor.
if she's still alive.
Let's go there.
She
Hey, you
hasn't
still
turned
sad
to
about your
dust.
dead boy?
Are you still alive?
Oh yeah, we still have that whole thing, huh? That
Yeah.
whole thing's happening.
Dead Kate
Yeah.
and Kyrick trying to.
Well, he
Kill
hasn't
you.
murdered Rochelle yet. So
I feel like we should probably be protecting
Looking
Rochelle.
at the name of
Maybe.
the place we're going.
Not the number?
Not the number. Like Fairfax, not Mountain. Okay. Fairfax Manor, 1400. Jesus.
Jesus.
1400. Fairfax Manor. What day are we on?
4.
Day 4. The house seems deathly quiet compared to the hubbub of the market and the village. After a moment, Timothy walks through the great hall carrying a pewter cup. He pauses when he sees you and gestures to the staircase to your left. Miss Solis is in the salon if you're looking to visit. Then, with a bow, he vanishes into his office cum library.
What? I mean, they use it with such a frequency. That, like,
This is my cum servant.
this is my
In his
office is
cum
my cum
library.
library. Yeah.
Would you like to check a cum book out of my cum library?
This reminds me of, if you read old Sherlock Holmes, they use the term ejaculated a lot. When they're like saying something. But it'll be like, get out, and then Holmes ejaculated. And then, I was just reading two different. Oh, it was great.
So, join Solis in the salon or leave the manor. And then the encounter is complete. So we can walk in and then walk right out. Yeah, I guess we join Solis, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
She's gonna be mad at us.
What's this guy's office cum library?
Is it an office or is it a cum library?
Like what
Or
kind
is
of
it
a system?
or is it a library of office cum?
What's the system you use to organize a cum library?
Vials. Glass
The
vials.
Dewey Decimal
Dewey
System.
Decimal.
4255. 424255. There we go.
I guess the rest of us are done.
You climb the stairs and find Solis in a large and well-appointed salon. In the light spilling through the southern windows, she has surrounded herself with a collection of maps. Some are on large sheets of yellowing papers, others on small scraps of vellum, and some carefully painted on flats of wood.
Are we in a papyrus?
Nerd.
Some, like, paper source?
Why,
Just lots of
hello?
maps.
She's like, I like scrapbooking. Why, hello, says Solis when she sees you. She rests her teacup on its saucer and places the whole back on the... What? Places the whole back on the tray nearby. I think this is Tybo's.
Wow.
Can I interest you in some tea? I nipped out to the market earlier and brought some quite acceptable leaves, dude.
She's on
Most
ayahuasca,
acceptable
right?
leaves.
That's like what's going on.
Some dank tea leaves.
Throwing up and
brah.
shitting in a little bit.
But you'll have a spiritual experience.
Some
and that's what's
prime
important.
bud. Alright, what's that you're working on is option number 1. What have you been up to all these years is option number 2. I have suspicions about somebody in the manor is option number 3.
Let's start some shit.
Requires story point. P8 is marked.
P8 is marked.
Hooray!
Who are we supposed to have suspicions about?
Just
Timothy,
somebody.
right?
Timothy, right?
Well, yeah. He's the only one, but he didn't seem to be suspicious.
He's just weird.
He's just weird, I
shady.
think.
He's got
But,
to
like,
come
let's-
He's got to
library.
come library.
Let's just figure out if he's just weird or if he's a murderer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2-1.
Because he didn't seem to want Philip to die. But he could have just
But I
been
feel like
pretending.
he's going to be gaining in some way by this
Right.
whole thing. So I don't know if Kyrick has made a deal with him in some way. Like, oh, you'll
It's a
get if
possibility.
you keep chill and, like, don't let people find out what's going on.
I
I'll
was
give you
I was gonna
anything
check
like them.
Sonia's journal for suspicious things about Timothy, just to see if that's why we're suspicious. And I turned right to I am considering dangling Timothy out the window by his toes. So maybe that's a hint.
Just be a little bitch.
Maybe she's just a bitch.
What's that? The red ones are action tokens, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So it's Dave's turn. Right here.
Alright, and you... did we read this already?
Mm-mm.
Celeste draws closer,
Book.
glancing over her shoulder to ensure that you're unobserved. Well, you know, I value your judgment highly. Tell me what you suspect.
I mean, you did get that boy killed.
Yeah.
I trust your judgment.
Why does she value
Yeah.
We
What have we
killed
done
your
to
student.
prove?
We did the thing they told us not to do. Although
Yeah.
we didn't blow up the
So,
mine.
are we
I feel
gonna-
like that's
True.
good.
Timothy,
Yeah.
alright. Gonna tell him of our
Why do we
suspicion.
Bitch on Timothy.
71
'cause he's
and
weird.
38. I guess
We got nothing better to do at this
Yeah.
point in this. That kid's dead.
Yeah.
He seems shifty.
He was rifling around a closet once, remember?
Yeah.
yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Oh.
panties. Smelling panties.
Stealing panties.
Yeah.
You explained that Sonia was
Flossing his
not
ass
fond
with dresses.
of Timothy.
Timotei.
Timotei. Didn't feel right every time. Who kept trying to marry her off to a member of the Cunningham family. You further postulate that when Sonia continued to rebuff him, he arranged her accident, in quotes, in Eventide
Oh,
Forest.
so we're just making some
Oh,
shit
so
up.
yeah,
And
we
to-
are.
Yeah, did we?
I heard that
We're just
he had
pulling that
crush
out of
on
our
her.
ass.
Kinda. I mean, let's see
Interesting.
what happens.
Says Celeste. Timothy is distantly related to the Cunninghams by blood, and he's always been favorably disposed to the family. I believe his mother still lives in Haverford, but Kyrick is a Belmont by blood. I don't see that Timothy is a natural ally to Kyrick. She frowns and taps her chin. I admit I suspected Timothy early on when the attempt on my life was made. But since my return to the manor, I've been watching him like a moon hawk.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him do
Isn't that
anything
an
that I
owl?
would consider suspicious. Yeah, I think so. I think just say owl. Just say owl.
A moon hawk.
Regina relies on
An
him
ocean
utterly.
whale.
We'll need concrete evidence if we're going to accuse him. Celeste nods and stares off into the middle distance for a moment. Did they really
my
need to
favorite distance.
specify? I'll redouble my efforts. Perhaps I'll find a chance to snoop through his things. If there's any evidence tying him to Kyrick, I'll find it. Smart story point E1.
We can do There's Something Else or That's All I Had. Should we try for There's Something
Let's
Else?
talk some more
Let's
shit.
talk some more
What else are
fun
we gonna-
shit.
More bullshit that is
I'm gonna talk some more
absolutely
shit.
Try
lies.
someone else.
Timothy.
Accuse everybody.
Throwing everyone under.
We're just gonna make up rumors.
We're just distracting them from the
what about
fact that we got a
Karen?
kid killed.
Never liked Karen.
Well, can we? Yeah,
She
Miriam.
seems
Can we?
shifty. Yeah, can we
Miriam
throw
All
under
right,
Miriam
the bus?
under-
Celeste draws closer, glancing over her shoulder to ensure that you're unobserved. Well, I know you know I value your judgment highly. Tell me what you suspect. Inform her about Sonia's interactions with Gawain. Tell Celeste that you do not trust Matilda's loyalty. I don't know who Matilda is.
I like that we're just bringing out. We're like, yes,
That one was like
Matilda.
the stable boy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but that was the guy who we were like, oh, he loosened the saddle or something.
Yeah, he
right?
did. Yeah,
Okay.
let's.
Well, I mean,
It's your decision now.
are we just going to tell
Okay.
him about every suspicious person?
86,
Yes!
81.
Yes, we are.
I'd say we
Time isn't
focus on
passing,
one of
is
them.
it? Time's not
No,
passing.
time's not passing.
So we have nothing
Yeah,
to
we're
lose
just chatting.
by
That's
doing
true.
this.
All right. You share your suspicions
Except for
about the
real
stable
time.
master, Gowan, noting that he saddled her horse for her day the day she died. Okay. And that she considered this unusual enough to mention it in her diary. And he could easily have tied a sloppy knot, or even cut through the straps, causing her to have an accident, Celeste agrees. He'd be the one to examine the saddle as well, so he could hide any evidence of foul play. She frowns and taps her chin. This is her move.
Yeah. Give him the old sloppy
Meow,
nod.
meow.
Oh, chin tap.
He has the means. In fact, he has better means than practically anyone I can think of. But I'm not so sure about motive. He's served the Countess's family for years. In fact, his father served as stablemaster to Lord Holland. Still, humans have done all sorts of things for gold. Perhaps he's in Kyric's pocket, or has gambling debts I don't know about. Celeste nods and tugs at her clothing. I think you might be onto something. I'll take a careful look at Gowan. If there's any evidence tying him to Kyric, I'll find it. Mark story point D5.
Did we mark a story point for the previous
did,
one?
yes.
Nice.
Mark 1 progress in heroism.
Yay. We're like getting
Talking
so
shit. We're
much.
the heroes of talking shit.
Okay,
Like,
and
we get-
you have
we
the choice
lose-
of there's something else.
Yeah, we could
or-
say there's something else and throw somebody
We
else under
lose
the bus.
we like lose nothing from doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we
gain a bunch of things.
yeah, I'm gonna
You hero.
let's keep talking shit. Read and there's something else. Read entry 2127.
Oh, by the way, this bitch ain't no good.
We've been taking notes. Okay, 2127. Here we go. Celeste draws closer.
Yeah.
So now she's like this far away.
Even closer.
Celeste draws closer, glancing over her shoulder to ensure that you're unobserved. They literally have just written the same first sentence for all of these. Well, you know I value your judgment highly.
It's the same entry, I think.
Tell me what you suspect. Tell her of your suspicions about, okay, we did Timothy, we did Gowan, right?
Mhm.
Matilda.
Matilda.
Yeah, Matilda. Read.
Do we know?
Tell Celeste
What do we know
that
about
you
Matilda?
do
know
not
who
trust
Matilda
Matilda.
is.
We're gonna rat her out.
6216.
Is there a Matilda around?
It's
Can we
probably in
find her?
Sonia's journal or something.
It's because she writes Matilda weird. That's why we're going on.
Mathilda.
Matilda.
Yeah, Mathilda.
Okay.
Fuck that.
6216. You mentioned. Is it okay that I'm still doing this? Because I know I'm technically making a decision, but
You made the decision to do Matilda, right?
yes.
Oh no, you said there's something else than Matilda. Yeah, it's
But also, we're just in a loop.
Yeah.
You mentioned Matilda, the servant, and Celeste burst into laughter. Damn it. Matilda, the poor girl, is surly at times, I'll grant you, but I can't imagine a less likely traitor in the household. I've seen her faint dead away at the sight of a slaughtered duck. She would never have the stomach for espionage and murder. Celeste shakes her head. If Matilda did want me dead, or Sonia, or anyone else in the household for that matter, it would be a childishly simple exercise for her to poison her tea. No, I'm sorry, I cannot believe that Matilda, of all people, could be Kyric's secret patsy. So that's everybody.
yeah.
It has
Alright.
sends us back to 2127. So
No chin tap there.
that's all I had.
Matilda is mentioned in the journal.
Okay.
I bet you she's the one who did. The one who she was like, no.
Yeah.
She's too stupid.
Yeah.
She gets sad when ducks die.
Okay, time passes, and this encounter is complete.
Sure.
So we
Where do
talked
you-
a bunch of shit.
Yeah, where are we going?
Yeah, it's on Jane now.
Cool.
I don't know where to go.
Shrimps.
Shrimps?
Shrimps.
Oh.
If we,
I was
yeah,
like,
I think
shrimps? Where?
The same thing is going to happen if we do shrooms again.
Yes.
We get
But we could gain some
I had a
skills.
dime for every time I've said that. Yeah, we're gonna do shrooms again tonight, but you know how it's gonna end up.
Same thing is gonna happen.
Where should we go? Like, okay,
I don't
so
know.
we could go pick some apples. Drunken Hog Shrine. I mean, we're sort of just looking for something to do, right?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't write any clues down because I'm a dick.
If we go, like, toward... Okay,
Maybe the guard station?
did the polished shell do any, like,
Let's go pick some apples.
things?
No,
We didn't mark any story points or anything?
I don't remember.
Because it's... talking about listening to spirits and stuff. And I know when we did meditation that we could kind of hear the spirits or whatever, like...
Go to the
Go back
orchard
to
and
the
listen to
shrine.
some
Yeah.
sexy spirits.
Let's go see if
Yeah,
that
we can do
boy's
that,
body
too.
is still in the shrine.
It's still like
Take
in
shrooms
the
at the shrine.
morning, isn't it?
279
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
2790.
2790. The shrine. The shrine is a building of white marble with a domed glass ceiling. A garden of flowers, fruits, and vegetables is laid out behind the shrine, and surrounded by a low garden wall. In front of the shrine stands a marble column, a beacon of fire atop its tip.
Glistening tip.
Yep.
If it is day 5 and 1 or 2 time has passed today, it's not day 5.
Day 4.
And
It's day 4, but a week has passed because Bean Week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bean week.
We don't count being
Yeah, they
It's like
What
a
happens
leap year.
in Bean week?
We never counted any time passing during Bean Week.
If story point C2 is marked?
Yes.
Okay. Read entry 4740.
Body.
We see the decomposed body.
4740. A ripple of water and light gives the sanctuary an ever-changing yet always the same feel. Ever-changing yet always the same is a hyphenated phrase here.
Wow.
The stillness of the space in the face of the movement of the water seems to reach inside you.
Tickle you.
Hang on, one more time.
Deepest point.
The stillness of the space in the face of the movement of the water seems to reach inside you.
Your butt.
That doesn't make any
Come
fucking sense
in,
at
my
all.
That's serenity.
Are we
is
still
going
high
in
on the
your butt.
shrooms?
I know, it's so residual.
Yeah, we're still feeling it.
This doesn't have anything to do with dead boys. Spend some time in quiet meditation or leave the shrine.
Ugh.
Spend
guess-
some time in crying meditation.
Okay, 3196.
I mean, at least we're taking time for like our mental and spiritual health.
That's
That's true, yeah. We're doing self-care, and that's important.
Yeah, self-care.
It's important after you kill a child.
Yeah, we gotta meditate next to its dead body.
Getting
for
pounded in the butt by meditation.
Okay.
It's reaching deep inside us.
Oh,
Reaching deep inside us.
that was a choice that I just made, but should I keep going? Because I feel like we've
Go for it.
now
Yeah, sure.
run some circles around the shrine. You settle yourself on a rock by the pool's edge and open yourself to the experience. As you meditate, Scala silently places a candle before you, lights it, and shuffles away. You watch the candle burn down, listening to the murmuring of the spirits and the water. Ghosts.
The shell.
Ghost.
Ghosts?
Mark 1 progress in spiritual meditation.
Sure.
If story point 17 is marked, but F3 is not.
Story point what?
17?
I-7?
I7. Sure.
And what else?
F3 is not.
That's true. I-7 is marked, F3 is not.
Ooh,
Read entry 2232.
something different.
Because I was like getting ready for it to be like, this encounter is complete. You're spiritually settled and okay, bye. We're done.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye.
The rushing water grows louder and louder, the spirits clamoring to be heard. You realize that the sound is coming not from the spring in front of you, but from a polished shell on your person.
Yay!
You find the shell and hold it up, listening to the roar of rushing water and the crash of waves. Ah, says Scala, the spirits there are ready to return home, I think. Why don't you place the shell back in the spring from whence it came? That's not grammatically correct.
I like how you were like angry. You were like, fucking no.
Scala, you
I can
talk
put up
like
with a
an
lot of
idiot.
bullshit in this, but that was
Not the whence grammar. The old orc nods at you, and you drop the shell into the water, where its great noise is instantly silenced. The sanctuary
Drown
seems...
We
Aw.
killed
Fucking
those
drown
Aw.
these ghosts. Fuck these ghosts.
They're gonna become water ghosts. It's gonna be like in Hercules when all the spirits are swimming, but except they're not sad. I think.
I mean, let's hope they're not.
The
we're
sanctuary
dead.
seems to glow. The sanctuary seems to glow, lit not only by the glass dome above, but by a light suffusing from the pool before you, a soft blue radiance. a short time, the water churns and roils, almost boiling, and the shell floats to the top once more. The blue light now clings to the shell, flickering within its depths. You reach down and pick up the trinket, which seems to ring a single pure tone. The spirits favor, says Scala. Good fortune for you, I think. He nods, then wanders out into the garden.
Maybe, I don't know, any leaves. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Sometimes shit comes out of that pool. I don't know.
It's just my job to like make sure the windows aren't broken. I have to sweep up every once in a while.
He doesn't work here.
Whoa, hang on.
I
He
sign
nods.
out the rec room for choir practice.
He nods, then wanders out into the garden as if this event is not at all unusual. Okay. We lose the polished shell.
Sure. There's that polished shell.
We gain the spirit's blessing, item O.
It's an item. I
Item
love.
O. Ooh.
We captured a spirit. We ghostbusted.
We did.
Yeah.
We cooked them.
Yeah.
I just doggy.
We mark
Yeah.
story point F3.
F3, okay.
We mark 1 progress in heroism.
Dope.
Heroic as fuck.
That was heroic as shit, yeah.
Time passes,
Word.
and then this encounter is complete.
And so once per day, you may choose one skill which you gain for the remainder of the current quest or encounter. Oh, okay.
That's
Cool.
bitchin'.
Yeah.
Dope.
Right, we can choose what?
We can choose a skill that we gain.
Yeah, once per day, we can choose one skill that we have for the remainder of the current quest or encounter.
Wow.
Look at that.
Take us somewhere.
So we can can we do that now or at the end of the day? Or when
Once
do
per
we-
day.
Yeah.
Anytime during the day, I assume.
Oh, I see. So then you could like, if you don't have a skill, you could like be like.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you would have it until the end of that encounter or quest.
I don't have skills, but I have shiny shells.
Where do we?
I got keys.
I got some keys.
Where do we
Jangle,
go?
jangle.
I really don't know.
guard
One of the
station?
taverns? The guard station, maybe?
Smithy.
The guard station, we could figure out what Braxton's doing with the guards. That was one
Oh,
of the
are
things
we
at the
gonna have to
beginning
go to
of
the
day.
apothecary?
Oh, yeah.
There's the Smithy. So Gowan, where does he work?
The stable.
The
right?
stable in the manor.
Oh, okay. You can't go.
I think that stuff's done for now. Like, Celise is going to investigate it.
Yeah, it seemed like she stonewalled
Yeah, we
us
talked
pretty
enough
hard.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We threw shade
We
at
stirred the
fucking
pot.
everyone.
Let them disperse the information.
There's the Village Green.
hmm
Tavern, right?
That's where we ended up after we tripped.
After we tripped, yeah.
So is it the swamp? No, the swan.
I don't know. Pick a place.
We don't want to go to the swan.
I
The
mean,
swan
we
is
have, like, no-
where
The
the
places
gnomes
that
are.
we know might have something are the guard shack for Braxton and the apothecary for Marion.
Ew. Guess we go to the guard station. 5230.
Because they were clearly, like, out looking for Kyrick or something after.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went out into
Philip
the
died.
fields.
Yeah.
Guard station. The guard station is used as a meeting place for the village guard and a place to store the few implements before the village has.
We are recording a podcast.
Just a reminder. People will be listening.
An attached annex, accessible only from outside, serves as a jail cell, though it is rarely used. Behind the building is a training area with several training dummies. If this is your first time visiting this location,
It is not.
otherwise, read entry 6259. 6259. The guardhouse the guardhouse door stands open, revealing a spare room with a crude desk and a large iron bell. A black iron cage covers the entire back wall. Its gate is secured with a heavy lock. Swords, poleaxes, coats of mail, and various other armaments glimmer in the shadows of the cage. If 0 or 1 time has passed today,
No, way more time than that.
if 2 to 4 time,
4 time has passed.
read entry 7634.
Do I have the key to the cage full of weapons?
You might.
Nice.
We got keys.
76.
Keys, bitches! And like a lot of
3, 4.
knives.
I didn't pay for any of them. Knives or the keys.
It's true.
The lantern-jawed guard with more good looks than, well, really anything else, meaning, I don't know what.
Worthless.
Terrible at his
Is
job.
one of us gonna seduce the lantern?
Is he stupid or something?
Hot guy?
Deacon is admiring his reflection in the blade of his sword. Oh, he says, noticing you. Hello, can I help you? Request to use the training ground. Read entry 1322 or leave the guard station. This encounter is complete. So it just sounds like we can work out.
Yeah.
We've already done physical. I mean, we're about.
Combat training.
We could do combat training, I guess.
Do we wanna?
I can't unlock the cage of
Yeah.
weapons.
Apparently not.
You want to grunt and flack like we did
Someone
before?
gonna seduce the
We
lantern
can't
guy?
seduce the guard.
Then why bother telling us he's handsome?
I know,
What was the
right?
purpose and all that?
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel.
What do we just want to leave? Like, alright, we're
Kind
done.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, we could get swole again.
See, here's the thing. Where do we pick up? Like, because I'm trying to think of, like,
we could try
like
to
where
talk
are the
him-
places, if we look at that map, like, where are we most likely to find, like, Rochelle? Right? Because that's,
She
it's
was
our job to, like,
Maybe the Grove mourning over her tree brother.
with the ghost Sonia.
Yeah, like we buried my brother near a tree. I'm
It's the
sad
Willow
near a
Grove?
tree.
It's not the orchard?
I thought
It would
the
be in the
orchard.
It's the orchard, yeah.
There's
Right.
actually a Willow Grove and there's an orchard.
Right, because they turn dead people into apples.
Right.
You know, that logic.
So what are we doing with this one? We just leaving?
I guess so, yeah.
Got Bob
Let's
some
leave.
intake.
Alright, any time pass?
No.
Alright.
Oh,
Huh. I guess, yeah, should we go to the orchard?
I think we're all having, like, a post-child murder, like, depression.
Yeah, we also don't really have any solid leads right now.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of wandering around the village.
Let's try that apple orchard. See
Yeah.
if we can pick some more apples.
See if we can fuck some apples.
We call this an apple core. You can guess what that's used for.
Haphazard rows of apple trees sprawl west and north of the village,
That's descriptive.
heavy with sweet red fruit.
We've heard this
tree-
too, like, 3 different
Oh yeah,
I wanna hear it
And I'm
again.
gonna-
times.
yeah.
Listen to the turgid
trees are-
apples.
The trees are twisted and only somewhat tame. They're older and thicker
Can't tame
branches
them.
Begging
propped
to
up on
tame.
wooden poles or ropes. Here and there, a dangling charm, a carefully placed monument or carved message adorns the trees. If 5 or less time has passed today,
5 or less, yes.
Yay.
okay, and there isn't like a for a day thing here, so
Oh, shit.
2247.
What?
We could go pick apples again. But we can't get any more physical training, so.
It's just gonna like you want to pick some more.
You
Eh?
want work some apples?
Yeah.
22.
Were you here? Did you miss the excitement of Bean Week?
I said 2247, right?
I imagine Bean Week is like
No, 2447.
the week in Jaws. You know, like,
Yeah.
where they're like, we can't close down the beach. It's part of the tourist season.
For God's sakes, tomorrow's Bean Week.
Yeah, we can't mourn Philip.
Right,
It's Bean
yeah.
Week.
Our sadness will still be
Find
there
a way to
waiting for
shoehorn
us.
it.
My son is dead, and all you talk about is beans.
Workers,
$1 cheap.
workers walk the rows of trees, some carrying sacks, others ladders. Still others shears and saws. The orchard foreman, a human woman with skin as brown and wrinkled as a
We're gonna just pick apples again.
approaches you. You here to pay your respects?
Oh.
Or are you looking for work?
Paying respects. Last time we looked
Yeah,
for
let's
Yeah,
pay
let's
respects.
pay respects.
to Philip.
Whisper to the dead people trees.
Yeah.
There's
Find
came
that
to
ghost
visit the
lady.
spirits.
Yeah,
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 let's do
let's do
it.
that.
All right. 9184.
Sorry, Philip. We were
And
kind
I
of
think
busy
that
that morning.
I think everybody refreshes now because that was Dave's
We had to
decision.
fuck up some goblins.
Yeah, he also hadn't died.
I'll read this one 'cause
right?
The foreman nods. Oh, wait. No, I still read it until the next decision.
Yeah, tell us.
The foreman nods. No one's working out on the western side of the orchard today. If you want some peace and quiet, she says, then she leaves
Bags
you
of
to your
apples.
thoughts. If it is day 4,
It is day 4.
we go to 8757.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna
Something's
go cry.
happening.
Let's go find that dead kid.
I want to find the ghost.
Talk to a boy tree.
Telling you though.
Are you a boy tree or a girl tree?
I'm gonna hump this tree.
So fuck these trees!
They're so naughty.
Barely tamed.
You walk among the trees, reading wooden placards proclaiming names, birthdays, dates of death, and other details of those interred in the orchard. Here and there, a memento dangles from a cord on a branch or rests in the bole of a tree. After a while, the calls and sounds of the orchard workers fade away. The drone of crickets and the singing of birds combine to make the grove feel like another world, a place removed from who and where you once were.
And any sexual
Mark
limitations.
One progress in spiritual meditation.
Oh.
Wow, we're getting
We had a
real
moment
enlightened
there.
today.
You pause beneath an enormous tree, one twisted and gnarled with age. You see a young woman, Rochelle, the Countess's
found her!
surviving daughter,
Yeah.
kneeling beneath it, her eyes closed. If story point J1 is marked,
I assume that's the dead kid
Yeah.
story point.
J1 is not marked.
Oh.
so story point. Alright, so otherwise read entry 9290.
Maybe
We just
the
go
J-
hump a tree
J1
and get this
alive
encounter.
boy.
Not dead boy.
She's probably going to be less friendly because
Yeah,
J1.
he's dead.
Excuse me, is your boy alive or dead?
She is, in fact, less friendly.
Jesus.
Dried leaves. Oh my god! Dried leaves crinkle underfoot, and Rochelle whirls to face you. You,
boy.
she sneers. Getting Philip killed wasn't enough. Now you're here to what? Gloat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would we
Your
gloat?
brother.
Before you can
Piece of shit.
protest that you intended nothing of the sort, she stands, gathering her skirts around her. My brother is dead. My sister, my father, and I want some time with them. Alone, so kindly leave. She looks away, tears brimming from in her brilliant green eyes. Please. Time passes. This encounter is complete.
I hope they kidnap her when
We
she's
just
alone in that
upset-
fucking orchard.
Yeah, we just
Being a
upset
bitch.
this girl.
Hang on, is Rochelle the youngest?
I guess.
Is she youngest or old?
So we learned nothing.
Was
No,
Philip
Tim,
in the middle?
the little boy we killed is the youngest.
Yeah, he was he was
roll
14.
them dice again. See if we get
I'm gonna throw
something.
the dice. All right.
This is bullshit.
Well, we're in the evening, so like maybe a bar or
This episode might be us just taking shrooms and walking around.
And stealing
bummed
a
out.
stone.
yeah,
Well, we got the Countess in, the drunken hard, the drunken hard.
yeah, drunken hard.
Yeah, that's it. There is another.
The chatty archer, or we can go talk to fucking Miriam.
Is it this is another case of we're just avoiding Miriam and therefore not letting the story
That's
progress?
another.
I would rather die.
I'd rather pick apples for the rest of the fucking podcast.
Is there a booklet that's just Miriam's wedding? Is that the thing we're avoiding?
I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
The drunken hog was like the skeevy one, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, where there's like crap on the floor and like heroin addicts, and then that guy
And the
who's
count-
telling stories.
Countess in was the nice one.
Yeah.
I don't remember chatty archer.
Have we gotten there?
I thought so.
Was that the one with the guy with
The
the
old
big
guy.
forearms? Yeah, and the old guy was there.
Chatty Archer sounds like an old timey comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was friends with,
Fatty
he was friends with Fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah,
Fatty Arbuckle,
exactly.
yeah,
They all hung out on the Sunset Strip.
How many days did it take to turn in a light bulb?
So where should we go?
exactly.
Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna take us to Countess Inn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get classy drunk.
Yeah.
We're sad.
We'll get drunk on spending too much money, so we're even more sad.
I do really like that we are essentially having like a come down after that terrible like
Yeah.
emotional experience.
Right, we really, Yeah, I feel like we would have gotten more of a lead had we not killed.
Yeah, we probably have some momentum, heroic momentum going into the thing.
All right, count us in. A human woman with streaks of gray in her dark braid reads a slim book bound in blue linen by the window. Two merchants, a man and a woman, both humans in fine silk doublets, argue quietly at another table, pausing to take deep breaths and lower their voices every time the landlady Ursula casts a disapproving glare in their direction. Ooh.
Disapproving glare.
In my direction. Mother surely. 62.
That's the second time we've gotten into like some serious 90s.
Yeah.
All right. A small group of silver-haired men and women ponder over a board of light and dark squares adorned with wooden playing pieces. A man half
Just
reads,
call it
half
chess.
dozes by the fire.
Yeah, there's no like brand situation.
Chess, owned by Chess Inc.
We didn't have the money to pay
The
them to use
room
the
is
board.
filled with a vibrant, intense hush. Ursula sits in her usual seat beneath the painted tree, sipping tea from a silver cup. We've already delivered the letter to Ursula. So we can get something to eat, or we can leave.
Oh my fucking god.
We could sit and listen to whatever a vibrant, intense hush is.
Well, I guess we could get
And
something
we gain
to
some
eat.
spiritual points or whatever for just sitting in the silence.
Yeah, it requires we each spend 5 gold.
I mean,
So that's 30.
That's 30
from our
gold.
total.
Is it really worth 30 gold?
No.
Just so we don't.
Can we just
We'll gain, like,
read
stamina.
all of the entries and see which one, like, day 4?
yeah, which one sounds good?
All right, we'll just leave then.
We do the opposite of what they...
All right, we leave. Christian gets the map.
Fucking adventure.
Well, I mean, again, I feel like if we hadn't killed the boy,
Yeah, we're just
probably would have had a
It's
lead.
true.
Now we're just
Sadly
wandering
wandering
around.
around.
Maybe
Yeah.
the next time we shouldn't be like, no, fuck the boy. Like, we should probably...
I say we
We
stick.
learned a few lessons. We learned a few
This
things.
game punishes you for being bad, and that makes it a bad game.
Yeah, it should celebrate us for not wanting.
Right.
It should celebrate our
Killing a boy.
shitty personality.
I think we need to talk to Miriam.
I think we do too.
Oh, I'd rather die.
Alright, I guess we could go to the apothecary.
Yep, 6,300.
Think of it this way, like, our characters will cease to exist once they complete the game, so we're closer to death. Instead of getting to Miriam. And in death, they will never have to speak to Miriam again.
Oh,
What
I
if,
like
the,
that.
what if the afterlife
It's like
is
Last
just,
Action Hero rules.
What if the afterlife is just filled with Miriam's entire family?
Or like the last sentence is just like, and you were with her forever and ever.
If story point dead boy is marked, you spend eternity in a hell of Miriam's.
Alright, day 4. The shop has been completely restored, with no sign that it was a gutted ruin only a short time ago. A large banner hangs outside with the words Grand Opening written on it in friendly letters. As you pass inside, you find the shop
They're all
decorated.
tickling each other. The letters. Friendly letters.
Yep. As you pass inside, you
Comic
find
Sans.
the shop decorated with sunflowers and sprigs of lavender in every corner and crowded with patrons and the curious. Okay, a lot of ands and weird things. You see Braxton emerge through the back door, carrying a wooden crate full of glass bottles, which she carefully unpacks onto a high shelf. Miriam is standing on the counter, talking in rapid-fire sentences to 2 patrons at once, explaining how her elixir will relieve an elderly human woman's back pain, willow bark in spring tonic will reduce swelling and the dull pain, and how her cough tonic will cure an orc man's son's cold.
That sentence. Boy.
Yep.
A lot of bold choices made.
It's up an
No
elderflower
commas.
and
Not a
honey.
comma to be found.
After a few moments, Miriam hands over small glass bottles to both customers in exchange for jingling coins, which she tucks into her apron. Then she bounds off the counter and jogs over to you. Good to see you, she says.
No,
Isn't
do the
this
voice,
great?"
do the voice.
Good to see you, she said. Isn't this great? How can I help you? We can offer our assistance
We rob
or
her.
browse the potions and elixirs.
I'm not going to buy a fucking thing from her.
Yeah, I'm not
So we can
patronizing
help
her
her, I
business.
guess.
I guess $25.99. She needs to fucking pay us.
Maybe she'll give us some shit.
She better. All right. Oh! I wouldn't want you to. Miriam trails off. The door opens, and a mass of new customers walks into the store. Stone in my boot, she swears. All right, yes, please, thank you. I would love some help. Miriam places you under Braxton's direction as she races to help the customers. And so you spend the next few hours fetching and carrying until you slowly grow more familiar with the shop stock. Eventually, you're stocking shelves on your own.
Eventually, we've been there for 4 years. Moved up to manager, like night manager of the apothecary.
We've settled into a dangerous comfort.
Yeah.
This feels like we wanted to punish ourselves. Like we wandered around, just thinking of this kid and wandered in the shop.
We
like,
did that on Bean.
Put ourselves
do you
in
need
front
help
of the...
with anything?
Put
Like,
ourselves in front of the family member who we know hates us still.
Yeah.
The point is, we found her.
we like went to
And
the
eventually
bar
we'll go
first,
back
and
to
then-
her in the order.
And we got a magic seashell.
And even directing customers to the potions and poultices they seek. Mark 1 progress in physical training and 1 progress in social practice.
Do we get health insurance and like a 401k?
Unfortunately, I don't think Miriam...
Yeah, she didn't even have a
Supports
business
those
plan.
things.
She
Yeah.
had no business plan. She's operating outside the law.
Yeah, this is under the table.
2 time passes.
Okay.
2 whole
Is
time.
story point 04 marked?
No.
Okay. Otherwise, read entry 9814.
Day's almost over. It's nighttime now.
We did nothing tonight.
We just
we found a shell
we
and we
tripped
found
on
Rochelle.
shrooms.
It's true. 9814. Eventually, the flood of customers becomes a trickle, and Miriam has a moment to breathe. She waves you. She waves you.
I find my joy where I can.
Yeah, got to. She waves you over as she shelves bundles of fragrant herbs. Thanks for your help, she says. She brushes her hands clean on her apron, then walks to the counter and steps up to the convenient gnome stairs. Then starts
Rot from gnome bones.
Then starts counting out coins from her many pockets.
Oh, she is going to pay us.
Yeah.
Give us a nickel apiece.
I have.
Don't spit it out, you ain't please.
I will stab her if she says that to us.
I have to know that I can actually make this shop run without relying on charity from my friends. So here, she sides a stack of silver and gold coins onto a big small bag and ties it off. Your wages. Now go and enjoy what's left of the market day.
A big small
Big
bag?
small bag was the thing.
A stack of silver and gold coins into a small bag.
Oh, we thought you said big small bag, and I was like, wait,
a
we both
big
looked at each other and clocked it like, hold on.
I wouldn't have been surprised if that was
Big small
That's how fucked
bag?
the writing is that we legitimately thought that was a thing that had been written in
You
the
know, a smallish big moon bag.
Moonhawk owl bag.
you know.
The night shiny big
Right.
small bag.
Some cow juice.
God.
All right, how
Some
much?
apple sweat we drink. Some apple sweat.
How much
We
coin
gained
she
30
swiped?
gold.
Yeah, we do.
Nice.
And this encounter is complete.
30 gold only?
Yeah.
For everybody?
So it was a nickel apiece.
Yeah.
It was 5 each.
Oh.
All right, well, we got one more time left to do whatever we want.
What do you want to do with that one time, Katie?
Maybe we
Tell
should.
me something good.
Kill me, kill me, kill me.
I don't know. The Willow
No,
Grove?
I
Have we gone to the
honestly
Willow
don't know
Grove?
what
Maybe
Yeah, it
right
hasn't been-
now
it's been a while
it
since
is
we
just
did.
like we need to suffer a day. Like maybe all the
Right, and
real
then get
events are
past
like
it,
day
and then
5.
we like, right.
Day 5 is
Like, this is
their
supposed
wedding
to be
day,
our, like-
So.
We could go.
The Gnome
Oh.
Festival is tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, this is probably our
Just gonna
like
fuck around
preparing,
until...
and like getting
Like just when you're working
Oh,
from
this could
home
be a
and you like
towning
go to
day.
the coffee
Yeah.
shop just so you're like not in the same place all
Right,
day.
Yeah.
so that I can say that I left.
Literally just
Outside.
moving around.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
If I could take us, I don't know.
I'm in Willow Grove.
Sure.
Let's go wander around some trees at night.
that's
Okay,
Yeah, that's
1790. That's nice. 1790.
That sounds pleasant.
we're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah. You are stabbed several times by an unyielding force.
Okie dokie.
Deaf to your cries for mercy.
The road leading
Loses
south.
20 points.
The road leading south out of the village splits around a large grove of willow and oak trees. The villagers seem to treat the grove as a sort of park or meeting spot. There are almost always children playing among the trees or families enjoying the sun and the breeze. Okay, so it's not day 2.
Mm-mm.
It's not day 5.
Mm-mm.
It's not day 6.
Mm-mm.
Otherwise, read 1370.
So I guess we should go back on day 5.
Yeah. And
Sounds like it.
We'll probably, hopefully know why.
Yeah.
Okay, 1370. The road, if a wagon track that is simply 2 ruts running through the grass can be called that, shade on that road for no reason, runs south out of Dragon Hall and marches past the mill visible in the distance as a leaning stone tower. Beyond the mill, hills pile atop one another. Purpling! I've read this before because I remember purpling. Purpling with distance as they reach towards the sky. Head to the mine, which we already did.
We did.
Yeah.
Return to the
That
village.
mine is
destroyed.
destroyed.
This encounter is complete.
Good God.
No time
no
passes?
time passed.
Believe us.
Thank you.
Go to the Drunken Hog or something.
Right, I'm trying to think, like, what's the thing that we can go and do, like, an activity, and where would the
We
activity...
can go to the
drunk.
bakery and eat our feelings.
Okay,
The
let's do that.
bakery is probably closed, right? Because it's night.
It is nighttime. Let's go to a bar.
It
Let's
might
go to
be
the
like
Drunken
a
Hog.
Krispy Kreme, and they open
That's
for
true.
hours a day.
That's true. We could try the
Hot and
bakery.
fresh always.
Or we could
Wait,
go to the
we
shitty bar.
should have shroomed again.
Wait, which bars have we gone
Does
to?
that make
so far?
time pass?
Does it?
We went to the Chatty Archer.
Does time pass with
Not
Wait,
today.
We went to the Countess Inn today.
Wait,
Okay.
do you have the shroom card? Who has
You
the
have
shroom
You
the
do.
shroom card.
Oh, I do?
I
I
mean,
can't remember. Does it time pass when we
I
trip?
don't remember.
does for me.
I'm gonna go to the Chatty Archer.
Chatty Archer? Okay.
I forgot to look at the number.
Time dilates when we do that.
Time expands and
6500.
within my own
Time breathes.
Can't quite explain it.
It's very sweaty, time is.
Yep, I got it.
Oh!
Oh, something? Something?
I mean, I looked across the page and there's a parenthetical that says Chatty Archer Day 4.
Oh,
So
good.
that's exciting.
Yay.
What a delight. I said, what a delight.
Yes. An archery butt lies under a maple tree outside this rustic lodge-style tavern.
Yeah.
But I pointed to my butt to people who are listening.
Several arrows are stuck within it, and others stand point down in the earth by the tavern's polished pine wood door.
Arrows in that boat.
A strung bow hangs over the door, nestled under the awning to protect it from the elements. If 4 or more time has passed today, read the entry below that corresponds to the current day.
Yes.
An inebriated man, his nose pink, staggers past you to
W.C.
the
Fields.
archery.
I said W.C. Fields.
Staggers past you to the archery butt outside, followed by a small crowd. Egged on by their cheers, he tries and fails to land an arrow on the butt
Someone's
3
gonna die.
times.
Someone is going to get killed.
To general laughter. A dark-haired woman, Lee, something.
How's it spelled?
Lei,
Leg.
Lay.
Lay.
emerges from the kitchens with a heavily laden tray. She pauses at the bar to lean in and trade a kiss with Hunter, the barkeeper, then carries her tray to a nearby table. Theodore, the old regular, sighs at the exchange. Ah, he says, young love. Okay. If story point K8 is marked but Y6 is not,
Yes, that's true.
okay. Read entry 5673.
Hunter and Lay were the swingers.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
Remember
were?
the old guy was telling the story and they were like, you want to come upstairs with us?
Oh, yeah.
If you need some food or anything.
Yeah.
I completely forgot this happened.
Got a
5,
jar
6,
full of
7, 3.
keys.
I got keys!
Key party!
We do have keys.
This was the day that we did shrooms, mourned the loss of a boy at our hands, and also fucked a bunch of people.
Fucked a couple.
All right. That's a good morning.
Theodore waves you over, grinning ear to ear. Ah, he says, I have to thank you for this, you know. When you ask what he's talking about, he chuckles, shaving a flake of wood from the block in his hands.
Oh, that armadillo or whatever.
If it weren't for you, I'd never have gotten up the courage to tell Ursula how I feel. He glances around the bar, then leans toward you and speaks in a low voice. Oh, guys, there's going to be another wedding. I'm going to propose to her tomorrow morning at the shrine.
Yeah!
If she
With an
says
extra
yes,
dead body.
If she says yes, I'll marry her then and there. He leans back, his lips barely containing a childish giggle.
That's what it sounds like. It was contained by his lips.
Why waste time at our age, eh? I'd like you to be
Is he
there to
talking
witness.
about the marriage or his alcoholism?
I don't know.
He also waited like 87 years
Right.
to get in contact with this
Yeah.
woman.
Then he turns to point at Hunter with his knife. You and Lay too, if you're free. I wouldn't miss it, says Hunter. Mark story point Y6.
Okay.
All right.
Theodore leans back and places his knife flat on the counter and sighs. You know, that reminds me of a story.
God!
So we have some options. We can listen to Theodore's story.
Can we fuck the couple?
We can order something to eat, or we can leave the chatty archer. Time passes, and this encounter is complete. I think we do that.
Yeah.
I think.
You know, listen to a story, you might tell us something.
Is it not the same? It won't. It's not going to be the same.
It might be the
story?
same. It shouldn't be.
We wore onions on our belts. That was the style
That
of
was
the
the
time.
style of the time. Anyway.
Do we want to listen to the story?
Or do we just want to...
We might learn something and find a
Might
quest.
as well.
Okay.
Okay. I like how we're just begrudgingly
Old guy.
continuing this day.
Reads entry 3273.
3273, oh God, cry, yeah.
327. Now, when I was a young lad.
Oh my god!
Now wait a moment. I've told this one before.
Oh my God. Fuck you,
He
Theodore.
frowns and his brow furrows. I suppose I'll have to tell you a different one. Now let me think. If it is day 4 or 7, read
It is day 4.
4, 2, 5, 6.
He just falls asleep.
Yeah.
You just fucking died.
Yeah.
Before the wedding.
Died
Waited too long.
fucking bar stool.
4, 2, 5, 6. My father wasn't a woodworker. He was a farmer. He wanted me to follow his footsteps in farm, but I never did have the head for it. The cycles of the season and the constant chores. The old man shakes his head. My father told me I was a dreamer, like he was painting. I suppose I wasn't much of a son. I can't run off into the forest or the orchard, find beautiful things to pick.
Fuck did you say?
Oh my god! You said 8 words in a string and I heard none of them. Oh man.
I never want to know what you said.
Okay, wait. You know whether or not you just said something that's like pertinent. If it's not, keep going. If we need a translation.
No, you don't.
Okay, excellent.
I kept running off in the forest for orchard. I would build little fairy houses out of tree bark and stone. You know,
Oh, this does not.
places for the spirits to dwell. He chuckles. Well, my father put me to work building a hutch for some rabbits. I put it together right enough. After that, we got on better. I started building things for them.
We're all just sitting and like weeping.
Eventually, I came into town. I appreciated to the woodworker here.
Apprentice to the woodworker? I got it. I'm on it.
What was her name? He frowns and shakes his head.
Ursula?
But then came the war. That reminds me of a story. Do you want to continue listening to Theodore?
Listen to his war story.
Yes, let's absolutely
I
do
mean,
that.
We're in it. We're in it. We're here.
We're balls deep in this.
But-
story.
Crying.
Want me to try a
We're so
slightly different voice?
exhausted.
He doesn't even fucking know we're here. He would do this.
He's
Theodore.
got
anyway.
4 stories.
Theodore takes a long drink before continuing.
Theodore stays
This
wet.
is a very long paragraph.
Just give us the gist.
Let's see here. When I was drafting the war, the first one, I ran in the forest, and I went to the Tree of Tales, and I begged the spirits to spare me to save me from the horrors of war, and I didn't know what they heard of me, except, of course, here I sit, and there was another thing. It was on my way back from the tree. I was crossing over that stream, the one that feeds the mill pond. It was a shortcut that I knew a little off the trail. So I splashed through the stream and left from rock to rock. Okay, here's the pertinent thing.
That he likes to splash?
No,
from
there's a
the tree.
shortcut.
You know, it's crossing over the stream, the one that feeds the milk pond. It was a shortcut, and I knew, a little off the trail. And so I splashed through the stream, and the fence from rock. He chuckles at the memory. It was a frog, a monstrous, huge frog as big as a car.
Wait, a frog as big as a car?
Yeah.
There was a huge frog?
And
A big
offended as
fucking
I've never
frog.
ever seen a frog before. I'm sorry for stepping on your head, I said. The monster just croaked at me and hopped away, and I don't know what to make of a frog the size of a goat, except the spirits must have been involved somehow, I figure. He gazes at the block of wood in his hands, which is shaped just slightly like a frog. That was anything of the sort. Radio 6927. 6927.
Good God.
You want to trade?
6927, yes, please.
Alright. 6927. Now I'm sure you know, Mrs. Theodore, that Regina didn't grow up in the manor. She didn't even grow up in Dragonholm. I don't rightly know what her childhood was like, but they say she walked barefoot out of the forest with that husband of hers in tow. Couldn't have been more than 20 years old, and surprised her father with the fact that she was alive. We were all
Faster and more slurred, Tom, please.
We were all so surprised, but then Lord Holland had been a bit of a wild one himself in his youth story here. He traveled about a bit, strapped on a sword, did a bit of the adventure and hero, mingled with all sorts. When he finally came home, married that nice Belmont girl. That's important.
Belmont, yeah, that's a name.
Okay, when he finally came and married that nice Belmont girl and settled in as the Count of Dragonholm. We all stopped talking about his adventures past, and then Kyrick came along and he doted on the boy. Thought he'd be as brave and strong as his father. We all did. Theodore frowns, thinking back. Things didn't turn out that way, but children are always disappointments to parents who've decided who they'll be before they even meet the little blighters. Continue listening to Theodore.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Let's do it.
fuck
Let's
it,
take
we
this
already
thing all
did
the way
this.
to its
Drive it into the
conclusion.
ground. Let's fall asleep in this bar.
I like that
It just circles back. It goes back to him talking about being a woodworker.
Okay.
My God.
But we did get some important
So
information.
this
out
could
of
be
that.
like hell. We could just go in this circle.
Just continue to listen to
Yeah.
the same 4 stories over and over.
Yes.
Our punishment for letting Philip die.
Yeah. We're in a time loop.
We're really leaning into it. There's some self-harm going on.
Yeah, that's it.
It said time passes.
Time passes, yeah.
Whew. So we got some information. There at the end.
Yeah, 60.
We got a little plot there.
Was it worth it?
I don't know.
No, see what happened? We had to
You
drive
could say-
ourselves really down into the ground so that when we can be fresh-faced for the wedding tomorrow.
Well, we now have 2 weddings to choose from tomorrow, so we
No,
have
but one's a proposal.
Yeah, but he says if she says yes, then they're
He'll
getting
marry
married
her
right
right
there,
away.
and he wants us to be there to witness.
So we gotta go to the shrine first thing next time.
We have
All right.
a legit excuse not to go to Miriam's wedding.
Yeah, or to
is what
help
I'm
set
saying.
up.
I like our excuse of like, look, we'd love to come to your wedding, but we just met this dude at a bar, and
And he wanted us to be there for his
we're
proposal.
gonna go to his wedding instead.
I can't remember what stories he's told us. Pretty sure he won't remember who we are tomorrow.
All
He
right.
said it was important we were there.
It's
really
day
excited.
4. We've only known Miriam like 4 days longer than this guy, right?
That's true.
Well, there was Bean Week.
Also, we met Theodore beforehand. We reunited him with Ursula.
Yeah, you had the thing in the tree that you stole.
They are
Yeah.
important characters.
Sure.
Okay, you climb up to your room and prepare for bed. Out on the windows, you can still see sparks and light from the bonfire on the village green and hear the odd snippet of music or rowdy celebrants. It seems as the village is settling down to sleep with a smile on its face.
Except for us.
Yeah, maybe we should have gone to the village green.
I know! There was
sounds
a
like
party
it. There
and we
was a
had
party.
no idea.
Yeah. You
Wait,
sleep
yeah,
hard.
there was a party we weren't invited to?
Oh, we cry ourselves to sleep. Oh,
You sleep
Jesus.
hard and deeply, and if you dream, you don't remember it. We each recover half of our maximum stamina.
I'm good.
Refresh your activation token, and that ends this chapter of the story.
Yay.
Wow.
So wait, just to be clear, did they never mention the party?
I don't know.
I think it's just like, because it was
I think they might have, 'cause
It's
it's-
like Bean Week, right?
Yeah, Bean Week. We're
But
just
I thought
fucking
Bean
partying.
Week was over.
I think there's
They're
a
still in the
bonfire
harvest
after
celebration.
the market day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
We missed it. I
Missed it.
bet all sorts of fun stuff happened.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. Follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.